For your cheapest and most reliable place to buy your FIFA 22 Ultimate Team coins, then please do check out u7buy.com. Link down in the description below to the website. Also, use the code WOLF at the checkout for 5% off your order. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, YouTube. We have got for you today my unbeaten 20-0 custom tactics. I'm going to show you my full custom tactics, starting off with the defensive. So, in minute 1 of the game, YouTube, we switch into the defensive. By the way, these do also work on new gen and old gen, and they do also work if you have a pay to win team and a God squad. No, pay to win team or a Road to Glory team, because I do have both. Road to Glory on next gen, pay to win on old gen. So you know what I mean. They work for both. Road to Glory, pay to win. You know the vibe. So, minute 1 into the game, YouTube, I go into my defensive, which is the 4-4-2. Now, the custom tactics that I use on the 4-4-2 is like so. I switch into my a balanced style where your team presses the ball to the middle of the pitch and your team's shape is neutral, okay? I don't really like the press after possession, lost pressure on every touch. It just drains your stamina way too much for my liking. So balanced is what I go to straight away. The width, YouTube, 53. You know what I'm like with my custom tactics. I find random numbers. I take an inch and run a mile with it. Once I find something that works, I find my happy medium G spot. King Bob is your uncle. 53 on the width on the defensive style works, so I run a mile with it. So yeah, 53 on the width. The depth then, YouTube, I do play on 55. Okay, very important that I think when you go into the minute 1 of the game that you want to be a little bit more aggressive than you would normally, because a lot of the times, you're going to play opponents that aren't as good as you. Especially, well, maybe not a lot of the time, but I always like to think in minute 1 of the game, if you can get an early goal from kick-off, your opponent might rage quit, because they might just think, even if you're not better than them, they might just think, holy shit, this guy is so much better than me. So, yeah, I go 53 on the width and 55 on the depth. Definitely use that. Remember what I say, YouTube. All of my custom tactics are tried and tested. I literally use them to an inch of just whatever. I run them into the ground before I upload them on YouTube. So yeah, 53 on 55 with the 4-4-2. The build-up play, YouTube, long ball is definitely a viable option, okay? Long ball is something that I have experimented with a lot, and I keep going back to it in terms of when I try out a new formation, I then go, right, long ball, let's see if that works. But long ball is definitely a viable option, but not something that I use at this moment in time. I just find balance to be more better. So this tactic is used for a balanced team that maintains its formation. Players will support and make runs when they think it's the right time to do so. That's what I think works best, okay? Long ball definitely can be good, but for me, balance is the way to go. The chance creation, YouTube, direct passing, I've been a big believer of it, okay? And it's back with the 4-4-2. Once the team enters the attacking zone with possession, players will create chances by making runs for passes into space behind the opposing back line. Strikers who are fast with a good attacking positioning attribute are the best of this tactic. Direct passing, I love it on the 4-4-2, so it is back. The width, YouTube, I do then play on 55. Okay, 55 for me works the best. 7 players in the box, YouTube. Yes, you guessed it. And the more players you have in the box, the more likely you are to score a goal. That's why I have it on 7. It's no real, like, madness method behind the madness. I just think the more players in the box, the more likely you are to score, right? That's simple. And if you're going to take anything from the video, lower the corners and free kicks down from 3-3 to 2-2. Trust me, it will stop you getting counter-attacked on so much. So, what playing instructions do I use on the 4-4-2? Get in behind and come back on defence on both my strikers. The comeback on defence, very important. It actually just closes the gap between the 2 centre midfielders and the 2 strikers, so that's why I use it. The right mid and the left mid are on exactly the same. So they're on comeback on defence, get in behind, and get into the box across. Very important that you have get into the box across. It will help you score more goals with the 4-4-2. And of course, my left mid is on exactly the same. Comeback on defence, get in behind, and get into the box across. My 2 centre midfielders, okay, one of them, so for example, my left centre mid here is on stay back while attacking and cover centre. And then the other one is on balanced. It doesn't matter if you want the right on stay back and the left on balanced. Just as long as one of them's on stay back and the other's on balanced. And then my fullbacks, YouTube, both of them on stay back while attacking, okay? And then my goalkeeper is on comes for crosses and sweeper keeper. So I switch into the 4-4-2 minute 1 of the game. If I find that I'm not really creating a lot with the 4-4-2, so I'm thinking maybe I need like the 2 cams rather than the 2 strikers, I will then go into my attacking, which is then the 4-2-2. So you switch into this, okay, if you don't feel like you're creating a lot with the 4-4-2, I'll then go into my attacking, which is the 4-2-2. Now, the custom tactics that I use with this are balanced again, okay? I don't really venture too far away from that other defensive style. Your bread and butter is your balanced, okay? 53 on the width and again 55 on the depth. I was thinking of upping the width a little bit. I have tried that to like 55, 55, but I just find 50... I don't know why. I find there's a bit of a glitch with 53 width. I just find it to work the best in terms of not conceding a lot of goals. So that's why I'm running with that. My build-up play, balanced, and of course, direct passing again. I just love direct passing. I feel like it's really, really, really a viable option this year. I love that they've added it, and it's just made the attacking side of the custom tactics a lot more enjoyable for me this year. I don't know if any of you do agree with that. By the way, my hair is very wet. I've just literally got out of the shower, so I do apologise. 55 on the width again. I want my lamb ram to be a little bit wider, so 55 works well. 7 depth. 7 players in the box, of course, and like I said with my 4-4-2, the more players you have in the box, the more likely you are to score a goal. It really is just that simple for me. And of course, if you're going to take anything from today's video, lower your corners and free kicks down from 3-3 to 2-2. So they're the main 2 custom tactics that I use. My ultra defensive is then a 4-2-3-1. I will then switch into this in the last 10-15 minutes of a game, excuse me, to kind of like see the game out. But and there is a but, you can use this for minute 1 if you want to. If I come up against a pro, I will more than likely switch into the 4-2-3-1 straight away, because even though it's on my ultra defensive, you can use it from minute 1 as well. So again, you guessed it, balance on the defensive style, 53 on the width, and I do actually just leave my depth on 50, okay? Because like I said, this is my ultra defensive. We're using this to see out a game a lot of the time, so I don't want it to be too... Like, 55 is a little more aggressive than it would normally be, so I don't really touch that. So, 50 when we're on our ultra defensive makes the most sense. The build-up play, again, balanced. I'm never really... Long ball definitely is a viable option, but for me, I love the balanced. And then, of course, direct passing. Honestly, is so overpowered at this moment in time. I feel like direct passing was like this. Like up and down, up and down. One minute they nerf it to send it down, and the next minute they unnerf it, and then yeah. I just feel like it's constantly like that, direct passing, like constantly. So I love it. But yeah, 55 on the width again. You'll see 55 is a running theme with my custom tactics a lot. I find it to be. I like to have a little bit more width than normal to my game. I find like the wing play very effective this year, so that's why I have it on 55. I do then actually just play on 6 players in the box this time, okay? Because we're not having 7. We don't really need to score more goals if we're switching into this. So I lower it just from that 7 just to 6. So we still do carry that attacking threat, of course. We don't want to be too defensive. And then, of course, you guessed it, lower your corners and free kicks down from 3-3 to 2-2. Now, the player instructions on the 4-2-3-1. Stay central, get in behind, and come back on defence on my striker. Again, this is an ultra defensive custom tactic. All 3 of my cams are on comeback on defence and get into the box for cross. Very important that you have get into the box for cross. And then I have completely default settings apart from cover centre on one CDM. And then stay back while attacking and cover centre on the other. Again, it doesn't matter if you want the right on stay back and the left on balanced. Just as long as one of them's on stay back and the other's on balanced. And then, of course, stay back while attacking on both the fullbacks. And then comes for crosses and sweeper keeper on the goalkeeper. Now, that's the ultra defensive. Last but not least, the ultra attacking, the complete YOLO. Last minute of the game, YouTube. Last 5-10 minutes, we're losing. We switch into this. The custom tactics, you guessed it, are just through the roof. We're literally throwing everything at it to try and score a goal. So that's why it's like that. Constant pressure, 50 width, 100 depth. Remember, kitchen sink time. Everything's going forward. Build-up play, long ball, and direct passing. The width, we then do up it again to 55. Like I said, I like to have a little bit of width to my game. Max players in the box, max corners, and max free kicks. Player instructions are very funny with this, actually. Get in behind and stay forward. And, oh, they should be on stay central, yeah. Stay central, get in behind and stay forward on both my strikers. My cam is then on stay forward and get into the box for cross. My middle centre mid is on completely default settings apart from cover centre. My left centre mid, get forward, get into the box for cross and cover wing. And that is also the same for my right centre mid. Get forward, get into the box for cross and cover wing. And then last but not least, join the attack and overlap on both my fullbacks. And then, of course, my goalkeeper comes for crosses and sweeper keeper. And that right there, YouTube, is my complete unbeaten 20-0 custom tactics. The team has changed a little bit, by the way, because if you look in the top left, We do have 20 million coins. We've sold up for Team of the Season, really. So we're going to be doing a lot of player reviews and stuff like that on for Team of the Season. So if you did enjoy this video, please make sure to drop a like on it. Drop a comment down below. Hit that subscribe button to my channel and hit that bell so you do get a notification every time I do drop a brand new video. That'd be brilliant. Also, check out loot1977.com. Link down in the description below to his website. Use code WOLF20 at the checkout for 20% off absolutely everything. Thank you for watching, guys. Remember, spread the love and positivity. PMA, positive mental attitude. Peace out. One love.